And again, we would be about 5 blocks away from home. And this is the home that I grew up in, well, during the years that I was in foster care, at least, from 9 until 11. And it's interesting to be back here. So I finally made it to the house that I lived in during foster care. It's in Aurora, and it's kind of bittersweet. It's weird. It's smaller than I remember. I can only remember the crazy times, but it's funny to be back here over 30 years later and see that it's still standing. It's kind of weird to think about that top left-hand window. Looking out of that window as a 9 and 10-year-old. Don't remember this fenced-in area over on this side, but I imagine that was something that was added later. It's really strange and bittersweet to be here as a full-grown 42-year-old man, revisiting a place like this, but I had a weird dream, epiphany, I don't know what you would call it, and something just told me to come back here. It was a beautiful day, and I just said, you need closure on this, and it's just weird to remember these spaces and remember the inside and the outside, and just remember feeling trapped and remember feeling like there was no hope. I wasn't sure if my mom would be able to get me back, and it's just really strange to be here now thinking about that and reminiscing. Thank God for blessing me and getting me out of this, but it's just a very bittersweet moment to see the place where you spent part of your childhood and with strangers and not sure what was going on. Again, at 9 years old, I was molested in this house, and by my foster mother's youngest daughter. And at that time, of course, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that was. But over the last few years, right now it's 2020, and over the last few years I've just been thinking about it, and it's been a blessing to be free from that, but it still haunts you. You still think about it. You still wonder if it affected your childhood and adult life. Of course it did. It's just a matter of handling it and, living through it and working through it. And I just wanted this moment to have a little bit of closure for myself. I remember many days in this house. There's a full finished basement, and it's I remember that's where most of the molestation took place, and I don't remember much after that. I remember being kind of stalked by this person and just pursued. I'm a kid. I'm not sure what's going on, and I just want to make everyone happy, and and that's kind of what came of it. Fortunately, my mother did get me back, and she was able to get me back at like age 11, and it was just a great time. I was so happy to be back with my mother, for better or for worse. And again, I thank God for blessing me and bringing me through this. I just thought that I'd come here because I don't ever remember having an opportunity to play in this yard. This is the side of the house. And I never remember having an opportunity to come outside. I remember being inside most of the time, walking around to the back of the house. And as you can see, there was a full screened-in porch. And there used to be a pool back behind this fenced-in area. There used to be a pool. And we weren't really allowed to come out on this back area. There was a pool that led off of that back porch patio there, and we just weren't allowed to come out. I don't remember coming out much. I remember spending a lot of time in that room and just being inside. There was another foster kid that was there with me, and I just remember us being inside. I remember walking to school. I remember it being a walk from where we are here, and we would walk all the way down this block and around the corner. I'm going to also do a video of the elementary school that I attended while here in this home as a foster child. Again, this is a bittersweet moment for me, coming back to the house that I was molested in as a foster child. But, it's just closure for me. I really wanted to close this chapter in my life. I am writing a book, an autobiography of my life, and I know that it's going to make for a great chapter, and it's also going to be closure for me. It's going to close a chapter in my life that it's time to close, and I'm happy about that. I don't know what this dream was about, what this epiphany to come to the foster home that I lived in, especially a home where I was molested. But it's closure for me, as an adult, as a man, as a 42-year-old man, strong and successful. I'm just happy to be blessed and over this. I'm happy that I can come here and not be full of tears. I can visit this place and just think about all of the memories, good and bad. I don't have any malice toward that family. I'm sure that, the young lady who molested me, who was 17 at that time, 17, 18, while I was 9 years old, I'm sure she didn't know either. I'm sure she was still finding herself as well. And I'm just happy to be able to approach this and be strong and understand that it's not me, that it's not a burden that I have to carry with me for the rest of my life, but I can move on and be strong and close this chapter of my life. So I just thought I'd share this. I thought it was just something that was really interesting, tugging at my heart and at my mind, and I thought it would be a very important element and chapter of my life to close off and to grow and to move forward. And so, again, the house I lived in as a foster child, and between the ages of 9 and 11, molested in this house. But I'm stronger than that. I've moved on, and I'm happy, blessed, and life will only get better from here. So I hope this story helps someone. I hope that you're able to find that place in yourself that you can grow and be better and be stronger. And if you ever doubt yourself, just know you're stronger than your circumstances. You're stronger than what has happened to you and what you've been through. And you will make it through. You will persevere and you will grow and be strong. God bless. So I decided to show you the journey from the house I grew up in as a foster kid here in Aurora. Strange to be back here. I was molested in this house from 9 until 11, as I said before. And just had a dream and an epiphany to come back and visit. So this is the home here. As you can see, there's also a back area there that used to have a pool. It's not there anymore. Yep, bittersweet moments. So we were about 4 blocks away from the school, and this was my everyday walk from ages 9 to 11, living with a strange family in a strange city, away from my family and friends. And this was the journey. It's bittersweet because it's just interesting to come back and face these fears and face these things head on. And that was the path that we took to the school every day. That's Frank H. Hall Elementary School. So yeah, pretty interesting. So I'm walking up to the elementary school that I went to as a foster child, which is Frank H. Hall Elementary. I'm just gonna go up to the door and see if it's open. Probably will be closed. Just remember walking here as a child from the house that I lived in as a foster child here in Aurora, off of Baker Street. Probably a 3-block walk, 3 to 4 blocks. You know, as kids, you don't know how far that is. Let's see if they'll let me in. They're closed.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, are you guys closed?
We are.
Oh, okay.
Are you looking for somebody?
No, I just had a couple of questions. I went here as a kid, and I just wanted to see if there was some records here of mine.
Oh, yes, all the office staff is gone already.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So all the office staff is gone. But I think I'm going to take a walk around the grounds. See if I can get through the area here, but as you can see, it was quite the area here, and don't remember much about this front. But yep, this is the school I went to as a kid in foster care, Frank H. Hall Elementary, in the city of Aurora, where I lived as a foster child from the age of 9 to 11. And right now I'm approaching the elementary school that I attended at that age. Again, I was in foster care from the age of 9 to around 11, almost 12. And Frank H. Hall Elementary School was the school that I went to. And I just had an epiphany, a dream today, and something was driving me to this area and making me want to just come and see the area where I lived. And again, as I talked about before, I was molested in foster care during that time, and so it's kind of bittersweet memories, but I'm happy to say that as an adult I'm able to revisit these moments and kind of get closure. For me, it's a bit of closure and allows me to grow and be strong and keep my head held high, and thank God for covering and blessing me. So I wanted to come and just see these areas and kind of reminisce. I remember walking this path here, headed to the school every morning, and You know, it was a difficult time for me because I was a complete stranger and didn't know anyone here, and it was just a strange time to be in a strange place and amongst strange people. But again, thank God I made it through. I remember this being about a 4 to 5 block, maybe 3 to 5 block walk from the house. And I would walk in a group. There was one other at least foster kid that was in the same home with me over on Baker Street. And I believe the youngest grandchild also went to school with us. And so we would all walk here, a couple of the neighbors' kids as well, and we would walk here to Frank H. Hall Elementary. All I remember is Hall Elementary, and ironically, I remember the lunch, which consisted of, or at least the one I always remembered, a cold pizza. It was like a cold slice of pizza, and I can't remember if it was chips or what else came with it. I just remember it being cold. And I just remember it being kind of, I guess, what a Lunchable would be now. And it was strange, you know. It's, again, new place, new experience. And I just like that I was able to come back to this place and kind of reminisce and reflect and see how much I've grown. You know, normally someone would be torn up. They may never want to see this place again, and you know, these things make me reflect and make me feel motivated and positive. So they help me grow as a man. I'm now 42 years old, so this was over 30 years ago, you know, and I always thought about the place, but I won't say had the guts to come. I guess never had the time or never thought about it. It never weighed on my spirit like it did this week. And actually, it's been over the last couple weeks, and I said, well, you know, I'll come back and I'll check it out and just see how it makes me feel. But I actually feel empowered. I actually feel motivated, and I feel like I can walk away from this place knowing that I'm stronger and I'm better and I'm good. You know, I came out of this on top. You know, yes, I was molested as a foster child. Yes, I was dropped into an area of unfamiliar territory and forced to live with a family that I didn't know. But, you know, I made it out. I made it through. And, you know, this is my testimony of strength and survival. And I'm just happy to have walked this path. And this is a journey in my life that I can turn and walk away from and walk into my new life, my destiny, you know, and close this chapter of my life. Again, I'm preparing to write an autobiography of my life, and I wanted these moments to be included. I wanted to show that, you know, no matter how old you get, you remember those things in your life that have a huge impact. And this was something that was really a huge impact in my life, and I'm happy to be walking away from it. I'm happy to be facing it head on and now able to move forward and grow. And just wanted to share that and show that I'm walking tall, I'm walking strong, and I'm leaving the past behind. You know, I'm learning from what happened to me, and I'm realizing that it's not my fault, and that, you know, and hopefully I can inspire someone to not be afraid to face their fears or those things in their life that they thought they couldn't overcome. You know, you can overcome it. You can be better than you were before, and you can face those things head on, and you can grow from them. So, you know, thanks for sharing this moment with me, and I hope I inspired someone.